What up, what up, what up? Hope you guys are feeling fired up for this one. We're going to be talking about gems, pockets, sockets, and how to get gems, how to socket, how to put them on your weapon, how to be strong, how to be good, and slasher blade loot. Anyways, so let's start. First of all, how do you get them? You need to get into the world 1, into the dungeon right over here. If you don't know how to get it because you don't have it like unlocked to some reason or something, I'm just going to show you the way. It's simple. I mean, this is where you start, right? You're going to start running through the world. To be honest though, it doesn't really make much sense. When you're like in the first 2, 3, 4 rebirths, it doesn't really make sense going into the dungeon very much, I think, because they're going to be very strong at one point and you'll just like waste a lot of time. So if you want to skip ahead a little bit, just play the game, get to the end game where you have like, I don't know, like 9, 10 rebirths, somewhere along those lines, and then you can get into the dungeon just because because this one is just going to give you the fine little bit more extra damage that you might need. One of them, which is also really good, is the pets down here, but they're going to cost 200k each. I mean, I already, I can make like 20, 30 million, in a few minutes, but the thing though is, in the beginning, you probably are not going to have 200k laying around too much, so it doesn't really make sense right in the beginning, but if you're like in the mid game to the end games, you can already start throwing it into the dungeon and making a lot more stuff. Now, in the trader here, you have a few things that you can get. First of all, you're going to get these protection scrolls, which are really good, but you also shouldn't be wasting those early on. Just save them for later on, just until you get into the last map and just use it on that probably, because right now it doesn't make any sense using them when you're in the beginning. Anyways, but you have this gem system here, and this kind of looks really complicated, and to be fair, I don't even know what all of these guys do here. I have a few ones. I'm going to show you what they do and how you can get them, but most likely you're just probably not going to, craft them. Basically, the way I got mine is I just run the dungeons. You just run in, you start killing, and they drop stuff. Sometimes you will have these materials. For example, like these guys here, you have materials. You have to like grab 10 or 20 of those, then you can craft them. But overall, you're probably not going to be doing that very much because it's quite limited. You have to do quite a lot of, a lot of grinding to do so. But let me show you, once you're actually in the dungeon and you actually get some really gems that you can socket, I'm going to show you how to do it. So you're going to go over here to the forge and socket, and you're going to press socket, right? Then you're going to obviously take the sword that you want to socket. So we're going to just use the sword that I'm using right now. The sword that I'm using is this one, and we're going to go into the socket, and you can see, there we go, what they actually do. So this is quite interesting. Like if the good thing about it is you can take him in, you can take him out. So this one was the perfect ruby, which I dropped, which seems to be really good because it gives me another 15% more damage, which is insane. I love that. The heart gives you luck. Then we have this one, for example, that gives you speed. I'm going to be using that as well because 20% speed sounds great. And I'm going to also use the 15% defense. You can see here there's also another 5% speed. I haven't really, I haven't messed with that a little bit. Technically, you don't need the speed. You can go like that. I mean, that already on its own is going to give you 30% more. And I just got them from just random drops in the dungeon. And I really like that. So I'm going to keep it as that actually, because 15% damage is already quite a lot. And 30% more damage, man. Defense, I mean, that's absolutely lit. Anyways, we're gonna go into the dungeon and I'm gonna show you how it will look like, what kind of skills that I use. By the way, I also have a basic beginner guide on my channel. You can check it out too. And yeah, let's just go in here and see if we can get lucky. So I'm gonna start off with some skills here. They are random, so you get some really random drops. I would assume the higher you get, the better the drop can be. I think my highest one was like 49 or something. I also just recently made a video on how to do 1 billion plus in damage. Okay, so why am I not attacking? Is there any reason? Oh, because my sword isn't equipped, of course. Of course. I was like, I mean, that's like floor 2 and I'm already struggling. Like, that's a little crazy. Yeah, but I mean, basically, you just run around. Technically, if you have the chance to use the skills that I'm using, try to get those because they have really high range and also a lot of damage. I recently made a video where I did how to do 1 billion damage plus. So yeah, make sure to check it out. I'm recently uploading like 2 to 4 videos a day, every single day on these games. So you gotta appreciate the hustle. Try to give me some, just some support would be nice. You guys, a little subscribe, maybe a little comment. I actually like the comments. I read every night. I lay in in bed and I always read through the comments what you guys are telling me, so that's really, really awesome. And most likely, most of the time, it's very nice things too, so I appreciate that. I really do. Anyways, so, oh, maybe we got something here. Every time I see this glowy stuff, I think that they are gonna give me something, but I don't know. They didn't now. By the way, I'm talking a little bit more quiet because it's like nighttime here already and I don't want to wake the entire house just with my Roblox screaming here, right? But yeah, right now we've been not so happy here right now. We've been just having a little bit of trouble here getting anything at all. But that's, you know, that's the dungeon system. But as you can see, apart from that, the higher you get also, the more money you will make, the more shmoola you're gonna make, and that's what we all want, right? This is, by the way, also my best way of farming money right now. I mean, obviously bosses, but the good thing is about here that you get actually a lot of bosses later on. So you'll see we have some more bosses here. Sadly, they don't drop enchantment stones. That would be so nice, right? So here's another boss, 61 million, and he is going to the nether realm where he actually came from, so that's nice. Let's see. Okay, we're already starting to have a little bit of difficulties here to do some more damage on those guys. I don't even know how I got to 49, man. The thing is, which is a really weird system with the dungeon system, so what happens is at like 20 it kind of like resets or something, and it just continues, and you suddenly have some easier guys to fight again. You can also wait, what did I do? No, I pressed the wrong button. I think I ran through the wrong door. I'm crazy. I'm a crazy guy. Okay, but it's fine, because I only wanted to showcase them anyways. I wanted to showcase you the how to forge and stuff. I'm gonna be running some more. I wanted to say you can do some nice EXP farming there as well. But anyways, thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys are, you know, just learned something. And if you learned a little bit, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.